Welcome to Mythbusters History Edition. I'm your name. And today, we're diving into some of the most famous historical fakes that many people still believe. We're talking about those stories that we swear are true, those historical footnotes that somehow made it into the mainstream. From ancient documents to mysterious creatures and everything in between, get ready to uncover some truly wild tales. So buckle up, history buffs and truth seekers, because we're about to embark on a journey to separate fact from fiction. Let's uncover the truth behind these myths. Picture this, it's 1912 England. The world is obsessed with Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, and everyone is on the hunt for the missing link between apes and humans. Enter the Piltdown Man. This fossil, discovered in a gravel pit, seems to be the answer everyone's been waiting for. For over 40 years, the Piltdown Man was celebrated as a monumental discovery, featured in textbooks and museums worldwide. But there was a tiny problem. It was all a big, fat fake. In the 1950s, scientists using new dating techniques discovered the skull was only about 600 years old, not the millions it was purported to be. Further investigation revealed the jawbone belonged to an orangutan, its teeth filed down to resemble human wear patterns. The skull itself had been treated with chemicals to give it an aged appearance. The Piltdown Man serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the scientific community, a healthy dose of skepticism is always necessary. For centuries, the Catholic Church wielded immense power, both religiously and politically, and at the heart of this power struggle was a document known as the Donation of Constantine. This document, dating back to the 4th century, was supposedly written by Emperor Constantine himself. In it, Constantine grants vast territories and authority over the Western Roman Empire to Pope Sylvester I. However, in the 15th century, a Renaissance scholar named Lorenzo Valla decided to take a closer look. Valla noticed anachronisms in the language, historical inaccuracies, and even geographical impossibilities. The document, it turned out, was a complete fabrication, probably created centuries after Constantine's death. The revelation that the Donation of Constantine was a forgery sent shockwaves through Europe. It undermined the Church's authority and fueled the flames of the Protestant Reformation. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, a piece of anti-Semitic propaganda, is unfortunately a historical fake that continues to rear its ugly head even today. This fabricated document purports to be the minutes of a secret meeting of Jewish leaders plotting world domination. First published in Russia in 1903, the protocols quickly spread throughout Europe and beyond, used to justify discrimination, violence, and even genocide against Jewish people. Despite being exposed as a hoax in the 1920s, the protocols continue to circulate, often finding new life online. This enduring myth serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers of misinformation and the persistence of hate speech. It's a stark example of how fabricated stories can have real-world consequences, shaping public opinion and influencing historical events. Chapter 4. The Hitler Diaries, a Forger's Masterpiece. In 1983, the world was captivated by the discovery of what appeared to be Adolf Hitler's personal diaries. These 60 volumes, filled with handwritten entries, promised a chilling glimpse into the mind of one of history's most notorious dictators. The diaries were authenticated by handwriting experts and historians, and their publication sent shockwaves around the globe. But alas, the diaries were a meticulously crafted forgery. A man named Konrad Kujau, a known forger with a history of creating fake Nazi memorabilia, was eventually revealed as the mastermind behind the hoax. Kujau had used authentic paper and ink from the 1940s, and his handwriting bore a striking resemblance to Hitler's. However, historical inconsistencies and anachronisms ultimately exposed the diaries as fakes. The Hitler diary scandal serves as a stark reminder of the power of deception. Chapter 5. The Shroud of Turin, Holy Relic or Clever Fake. The Shroud of Turin, a linen cloth bearing the faint image of a man, has been a subject of intense debate and speculation for centuries. Some believe it to be the burial cloth of Jesus Christ, while others dismiss it as a medieval forgery. The shroud's history is shrouded in mystery. Proponents of the shroud's authenticity point to the image itself, which appears to show the wounds of crucifixion. However, scientific dating methods have consistently placed the shroud's origins in the 14th century, long after the death of Christ. Additionally, some researchers claim to have identified pigments and techniques consistent with medieval art practices. The debate over the Shroud of Turin continues to this day, with no definitive answer in sight. It remains a powerful symbol of faith and a fascinating enigma that continues to intrigue and divide. Chapter 6: The Cardiff Giant, America's Petrified Hoax. In 1869 in Cardiff, New York, workers made a startling discovery: a 10-foot-tall petrified giant. This colossal figure, seemingly frozen in time, sent shockwaves through the nation. People flocked from miles around to witness this marvel of the ancient world. Was it proof of giants mentioned in the Bible? A lost race of humans? Theories abounded. Showman P.T. Barnum even offered a small fortune for the giant, adding to the frenzy. However, the giant's time in the spotlight was short-lived. Experts began to notice inconsistencies. The giant's skin, upon closer examination, looked suspiciously like carved gypsum. The Cardiff Giant was, in fact, the brainchild of a man named George Hull, who had the statue carved from a block of gypsum as a prank on a fundamentalist preacher. While the hoax was eventually exposed, the Cardiff Giant serves as a reminder of our enduring fascination with the strange and unexplained, and how easily we can be taken in by a good story. In 1917, two young cousins, Elsie Wright and Frances Griffiths from Cottingley, England, claimed to have photographed fairies playing in their garden. Armed with a simple camera, they captured images of dancing fairies and a gnome frolicking among the flowers. The photographs captivated England, offering a whimsical escape from the harsh realities of World War I. Even Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, was convinced of their authenticity, writing articles and a book in defense of the fairies. In the 1980s, Elsie and Frances, then elderly women, finally admitted that the photographs were fakes, created using cardboard cutouts and hat pins. While they had maintained the illusion for years, they confessed that the gnome was in fact Frances's brother, dressed up in a pointed hat. The Cottingley fairies serve as a testament to the power of imagination and the enduring allure of the unknown. It also highlights the human tendency to see what we want to see, even when faced with evidence to the contrary. Chapter 8: The Tassidae Tribe, a Stone Age Hoax. In the 1970s, the world was introduced to the Tassidae, a tribe living in the remote jungles of the Philippines. What made the Tassidae unique was their supposed isolation from the modern world. They were portrayed as a Stone Age people, living in caves, gathering food, and using tools made of stone and wood. However, skepticism soon arose about the authenticity of their lifestyle. Critics pointed out inconsistencies in their language, tools, and knowledge of the surrounding environment. In the 1980s, after the fall of the Marcos regime, it was revealed that the Tassidae were not a true Stone Age tribe, but had been pressured by the government to portray themselves as such to attract tourism. The Tassidae hoax serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of romanticizing indigenous cultures and the potential for exploitation in the name of scientific discovery. Chapter 9: The Turk, the chess-playing machine with a human secret. In 18th century Europe, a mechanical marvel known as the Turk took the world by storm. This automaton, dressed in Ottoman garb and seated behind a chessboard, seemed to possess an almost supernatural ability to defeat human opponents. The Turk toured Europe and America, challenging and defeating renowned chess players, intellectuals, and even political figures like Napoleon Bonaparte and Benjamin Franklin. However, the Turk harbored a secret. A human chess master was concealed within its intricate machinery. A hidden compartment allowed a skilled player to operate the automaton's arms and make moves on the board. The illusion was remarkably convincing, and it took decades for the Turk's secret to be fully exposed. The Turk reminds us that even the most extraordinary claims should be met with a healthy dose of skepticism, and that sometimes, the line between magic and reality is simply a matter of clever engineering. Chapter 10: Loch Ness Monster, a photo finish for Nessie. Ah, Nessie, the elusive denizen of Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. This legendary creature, often described as a plesiosaur-like beast, has captured the world's imagination for centuries. The most famous piece of evidence is the 1934 surgeon's photograph. This image, published in the Daily Mail, seemed to show the head and neck of a serpentine creature rising from the murky waters. However, in 1994, the truth surfaced. The photo was revealed to be a hoax orchestrated by a man named Christian Sperling. The monster in the picture was, in fact, a toy submarine outfitted with a sculpted head and neck. While the surgeon's photograph has been debunked, the legend of Nessie persists. Outro. That's all, folks. For now. From fabricated fossils to elaborate hoaxes, we've journeyed through history, uncovering the truth behind some of the most enduring myths and misconceptions. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating content. See you next time.